Hey guys! So today we're going to do another painting tour video, number 2. I am so excited to do this because now that we have gotten past a lot of my older paintings and you've just kind of seen me experiment and whatever, we're going to get into what I like to paint. Well, the phase I went through of what I liked to paint, and I still really like to paint people. And so all of this is basically acrylic paint, a little bit is watercolor, but we're going to just stick with acrylics for this video and move on later. And I'm watching a lot of cars pull into my apartment parking lot, and I kind of feel awkward because I'm in front of a window and they can see me filming. Hi, people walking. Anyway, we're just going to go on with it. Who cares? Okay, so let's start with some of my summer homework projects that I had to do because I did AP portfolio art and stuff like that. And we had summer assignments like portfolio, stuff like that. So yeah, we had to do a lot of self-portraits. And so I'm not trying to be narcissistic when I show these things because it's kind of awkward painting yourself. But I guess that's a barrier that you actually have to overcome when you practice art, is you do have to draw yourself. And so do it. Paint yourself. Yeah, it's good for you. This is my first self-portrait painting, I believe, and I'm like peeking over a wooden chair and my hair is like flapping down and it's kind of fun. So I wish I could like hold still. Okay, can you see? Yeah. Alright. So I was pretty proud of this painting, and dude, when I did this I was like, man, this is like a masterpiece. I was so happy with it. And then this guy, this professor from this art school was like at our high school for some reason, and he wanted to know, I think, like who painted it, or maybe like my art teacher wanted me to talk to him. I don't know. But like there was like a push for me to go to art school. So yeah, anyway, I had to end up talking to him, and he like tore apart this painting in the hallway when he talked to me and told me to make sure that my brush strokes go in the way that like things are. So for instance, like when I shaded this arm, my brush strokes were like going in the wrong direction, and so he told me like, make sure you kind of fix that and make your shading go in the direction that like things are bending and stuff like that, because it actually makes things look less flat. And I was like, man, that's some good advice. And so yeah, it took me a while to get that, so probably not going to be in these next paintings because I thought about it for a long time, and I'm not sure I really quite understood what he was trying to tell me. But anyway, it was really good advice, so I'm just going to pass that along to you. Alright, my next self-portrait was this little thing, and I really like to paint hair. So, yeah. The outlines of the face, I would say, is just a little too sharp for what I would do nowadays, and especially like this hairline here, it doesn't really like blend into the skin. So that's the only thing I would really truly fix if I could go back in time and fix this, but I think it was a pretty good start, and so I'm pretty happy with it, and that's that. Okay, so as I said, I really like to paint people. This is acrylic and mixed media. Can you see? I'll back up. How about that? Alright, and this is my friend Shannon, and I stood on top of monkey bars and I looked down at her and got a picture, and then I painted her hanging. And I put gloves on her hands because I was too lazy to paint hands. Yeah, you can tell from that excuse. But anyway, and then up close in the mulch, you can see this is actually cardboard. And so, where all that stuff is, boom, this is cardboard. So I encourage you to try fun things like that when you paint because it is awesome and fun. And I kind of like this painting because it just feels so primary, you know what I mean? There's like red and yellow, and the jeans are like blue, and yeah. Her face though, I wish I had like thought to shade it a little bit more, but back at the time I was more concerned about the foreground, I think. So yeah. Anyway, that was a really fun painting, and yeah. Okay, so let's do some watercolor, or show you some watercolor. We're not doing art in this video. Boom! Okay, this is my friend Nick that I painted in high school also, and this is watercolor up close. Here you see, and I actually did paint this with those praying cheap watercolors, and I'm pretty happy with the outcome. And as I said, I like to paint hair, so that's that. Okay, and so I was still in that watercolor phase, thought it was super fun, and so I painted my friends Matt and Matt, and they're both really funny in high school. I don't really talk to either of them anymore, actually, but they were at a speech tournament, and one Matt fell asleep and the other Matt photobombed him, and so it was kind of funny. Oh, and it's fun trying to paint afros, so yeah, that's that. And then we had to do like still life paintings, and so here's this chair. Boom! That's that. This was fun, but if I could go back in time, I would not have made the background black, of all things. I don't know. It does make the colors look really vibrant though, so yeah, I don't know. This was fun though. I really liked when my art teacher pushed us to do this kind of stuff because like, I know a lot of people avoid drawing fabrics because you have to draw all those wrinkles, but I think it's fun, and it's hard, and it's challenging, and yeah. Okay, so this painting is pretty big. I'm going to back up a little bit, actually. I don't know if I have room to back up. There's a lot of art in this room. In just a second. Okay, so this is a really big painting, and it took a really long time to do. Hey, there's like this little award hanging off the back of it. I didn't remember getting an award on this. That's kind of cool. Okay, so this is a painting of my friend Calvin, and he's upside down on a chair. I wish I would have done a real background instead of these like colors, but I kind of had an affinity for doing that kind of stuff back then, and this is a big painting, as you can see, and it's matted right now, so that's why you hear that crinkling. But up close, you can see all the little wrinkles, and he's upside down. You can see his hair and his eyes and everything. And now the jeans, I'm so proud of these still to this day because I feel like they actually look like jeans. Alright, so that concludes the second painting tour. Painting tour number 2, and then you can wait for painting tour number 3, which will have some newer stuff. And I think I decided not to put like every single painting I have into these videos because, well, it's kind of hard when you've given a lot of stuff away. I mean, like, if you want me to show you stuff I've given away or sold, then I'll have to like do a talking video and like insert a slideshow up in the corner. I can do that if you want me to. So yeah, let me know actually. But anyway, I will see you next week in another video, whatever that may be. Ooh, I don't know yet. Alrighty, well, thank you for watching, and if you like what you see, feel free to thumbs up and subscribe for weekly videos. Also, if you have any thoughts or suggestions, leave them in the comments because I do requests, and yeah. Alrighty, see you next week.